Hello and welcome to my spoiler-free review of episodes 1 to 4 of Moon Knight, which is going to be streaming on Disney Plus starting tomorrow. Obviously, this is going to be a spoiler-free review also because, well, the first 4 episodes are not dropping immediately. You're going to get it on a weekly basis with episode 2 next Wednesday and so on. In this series, we follow Stephen Grant, played by Oscar Isaac, who is working at a museum. He's basically trying to just live life day by day. However, he starts to have these flashes a lot more of things that are happening which don't seem to be his life at all. It seems to be that he's in these situations that appear to be dreams, but it turns out he has dissociative identity disorder because there's another personality within him named Mark Spector who is just trying to get out, and he seems to be on his own mission, and essentially the two of them are constantly at war with each other, while there seem to be some other people who are trying to do something that would cause a lot of worldwide destruction. It helps to go into a show like Moon Knight knowing as little as possible. What I've told you is what you may have seen in the trailers or the promotional marketing, and it's best to go in that way because so much happens in this show very disconnected from stuff that you may know in the MCU so far, and it's all worth experiencing in that way. Let me talk about that for a second though, because while this does take place in the same world that we do know, it doesn't acknowledge that too much. It felt very similar in that way to something like the Netflix shows, which are now also streaming on Disney Plus. It was nice to see that this was telling its own independent story without having to make references or something like that to things that have happened. There is one reference that they make at one point in time. I thought, okay, that's one little thing, and it's a very throwaway line. So unless you're really like listening intently or remember something, there's a chance you might not even pick up on it. But it allows a lot of breathing space as a result of it, and it results in a really captivating character study. And Oscar Isaac is phenomenal in this. Both Stephen Grant and Mark Spector, he portrays them perfectly. Honestly, at one point I thought, I'm not going to be able to accept this British accent that he has going for himself. But his character, Stephen Grant's character, was so compelling after a while that I was able to look past that very, very quickly. And I thought he did an excellent job. Both of them are so different from one another, and so that results in a lot of crosstalk between them that is very, very different. It's not just in the terms of the accents, but I really liked how the show handled these things. The way they're communicating also is really, really great. It's through reflections and mirrors, and it just looks all really, really cool and really, really well done. And there are certain goofs that come up as a result of it that also don't feel phoned in. Like, Moon Knight is a very dark series, and there's a lot of stuff that happens in it that's very mature. In a lot of ways, this is easily the most mature thing that has come from this side of things. Like, we're not counting the Daredevil and Jessica Jones stuff, but in terms of stuff that's been going on, like in terms of the tier of, that's directly from Marvel Studios Disney Plus stuff, this is definitely the darkest that they've gotten. I thought May Kalamaui, who plays Layla, was also fantastic. She's really, really great and has excellent screen presence and has some really great moments with Stephen and Mark that really enhanced the show. Also, I really liked Arthur Harrow, played by Ethan Hawke. He plays a very subdued villain, kind of like a creepy cult leader, and it worked. I think that was the vibe that they were going for, and they pulled that off really, really well. Let's talk about the action, because it's been talked about, like in terms of how brutal it is. From the episodes that I've seen, yes, it very much is brutal. There are some very, gnarly sequences, to put it in one way, that you do get in these moments, and they are very well done. And yes, it is much more violent than your usual Marvel show. In fact, there's one scene in particular, I'm not going to specify in which episode because then I'd be heading into spoilers, but there's a scene involving Mark fighting a bunch of people, and I thought, wow, that is pretty intense. The way it's shot too, this is a beautiful looking show. In fact, some of the best cinematography in the MCU in a long time. There are some lovely shots, especially like I said with reflections. They do so much work. You get equally similar exceptional work with reflections. There's a running shot which was in particular really, really beautiful. I can't really talk too much about details as much as I'd want to, because usually I would wait until the season was done and I would give you a full spoiler filled thoughts and all that stuff, and I want to, but I'm not going to, because you guys need to experience this for yourselves, and also because I've only seen the first 4 episodes. So I can't really tell you where it's going to go from there. Episodes 5 and 6 we'll see as they drop, and I'll review those separately. But overall, as far as these four episodes go, I am super, super pleased with Moon Knight. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the musical score. It's really, really great. The whole soundtrack actually is really awesome. A lot of Middle Eastern influence to it and a lot of Egyptian influence to it, which makes sense. And it's all really, really great. There's a few scenes which really utilize music really, really nicely. And again, a testament to how well that they're pulling this off. I don't really have too many issues with it. I thought sometimes it was a little dwindling when it came to like pacing, maybe. Like that was it, honestly it. Like there's a couple of points in one episode where I thought it dragged ever so slightly, but then it picked up considerably. Because it also has these slow burn vibes every now and then, especially some slow burn horror vibes, which I thought was really, really interesting. Like there's a couple of moments where it just feels like it's very sinister and it's like creeping up on you, and it does those really well. I don't know if anyone has been saying this is like Daredevil or something like that on that level, because it's not. Daredevil is its own thing, and Daredevil is also its own thing in a very different way. This is its own thing in a very different way, and I think both of them in their own leagues are really, really great. So when you guys check out Moon Knight streaming tomorrow on Disney Plus, when you guys start watching it, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Whether you guys enjoy that first episode, whether you want to see more. There's a lot more heading your way, and there's a lot of surprises. And like I said, that's why I want to keep it spoiler free. If you have, however, seen the first few episodes of Moon Knight, what did you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know. How excited are you guys to watch the series? I'm like, tell me about that as well. As always, if you like this, guys, please do subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the movies. Terrible snap.